What's going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo. Today is an exceptionally awesome day, and not only because we are alive and it's 2016 and a bunch of cool stuff is happening, but also because Dark Souls 3 comes out today and we get to play more of it and I get to post more of it and you guys get to play it as well. So I am unboxing the Ultimate Awesome Collector's Edition for Dark Souls 3. Huge thanks to my friends over at Bandai Namco for sending this over. They know I'm a huge Souls series fan. They know I have completed 1 and 2 on my channel. In fact, Dark Souls 1 was one of my first massive series and one of my longest. That thing took forever. Luckily, I've gotten a lot better at the game. Dark Souls 3 is going beautifully. If you haven't seen the first 10, 12 episodes so far, definitely go check them out. The first one's really long. Everyone after that is also really long. I'm making them between 30 and 50 minutes. You guys get a bunch of glorious action in each episode, and we'll continue them today because the game is now out. There was no stoppage of the series. I just had to wait for the embargo, but now it's here. So I got this mystery package, not sure what this is, and I got this big package that is the Dark Souls 3 Collector's Edition in its glorious package. This is the Xbox One version. I'm playing on PC, so it looks super pretty for you guys, and I'm currently in the Catacombs. That's where we'll continue today. But for now, let's open up this magic package. No idea what's in here. I thought I was just getting the Collector's Edition, and then I opened it up and I was like, there is something else in the box, and it is packaged very tightly. So I'm going to use my exceptional unboxing skills to take this thing apart. Dark Souls 3 I think is fantastic. If you want a little mini review from me right here, right now, I think it's exceptional. I think it looks great. I think it plays great. It's hard to say, is it better than Dark Souls 1? Is it better than Dark Souls 2? And I think the reason it's difficult is because a lot of it depends on your experience. Like, which one was your first? Which one had that magical feeling of like, hey, I have never played one of these games and I'm getting good at it and I'm beating it and I overcame dying 50 times and I defeated the super hard boss. Ooh, that's loud. That to me is what probably makes your favorite, but I think Dark Souls 3 is possibly the most well-made. I'm absolutely loving it so far and find the levels, the bosses, the flow, the combat, just beautiful. So we will play more of that. Inside this package there is a really cool guide here that says this is so you're thinking about playing Dark Souls 3, a guide for all, written by the survivors of inevitable death. Very, very cool. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that looks super awesome. It's made like all old-fashioned, like I found this in some hidden crypt, which is pretty awesome. So let's see what we got here. First there is a lovely Bonfire Keychain, which is Dark Souls 3 inspired, obviously. Pretty cool. And then a couple of these guides that in there give you a bunch of different like tips and tricks from people that played the game, which is really cool. There's some from Fighting Cowboy, a couple from other YouTubers as well, which is very nice, and gives you like some different tips on like how to learn, how to collect souls, what classes to pick. Kind of a cool little beginner way to play the game. They gave me a couple of those, which is pretty neat. And then here, it looks like we have a make-your-own bonfire countertopper. So it is one of those things that you can like peel out and then bend and create, and I can make a bonfire for me right here on my desk. I'll do that before the end of the video. Not very good at arts and crafts, just warning you, but I know you want to see what's in here, so let's get into this. This collector's edition has an insanely awesome statue in it, and if you guys can see, well, you can't because it's up on the top of my shelf, but I'll grab, oh wow, it's way up there. I'm gonna have to jump. Hold on. Ugh. Good thing I'm 6'3". This is the Dark Souls 2 statue, which I think is a pretty sexy statue. It looks great, it is very solid and well made, but I think this Dark Souls 3 one may be made even better. I remember playing Demon Souls back in the day and thinking it was the coolest idea, but the worst idea all at the same time. And then I found a way to get better at it. And once I got better, I learned to love it, and then the rest was history. Dark Souls 2 and 3 and 1 and Bloodborne, so great. Okay, so there is the statue. And then we got other good smelling things. The freshness of a public library uncovered after 20 years of absence. That's what it feels like. Ooh, the dark The Art of the Dark Souls Trilogy, the Dart of the Ark Souls Trilogy. Let's speak correctly now. It is a hardcover book with biblical-like pages of insane, grotesque monsters, including Praise the Sun Man, who's not grotesque at all. He's gorgeous. But then we got some things like this creature, who's really nasty, and this is awesome. Enemies, equipment, the world, bosses, enemies, more. Oh, yeah, there's Gollum when he got his neck bent. Or whatever the heck his name is in Dark Souls. I hope there's not the Cursed Frogs, because those things freak the heck out of me. Different Lords of Cinder, different dragons. I won't show those in case there's some spoilers in here. But this is super cool. And just some of the concept art is very pretty and well done. Again, very nice. It's heavy. It's a big, thick book. Pretty cool. We got the Steelbook in here, which looks nice and nifty. Like I said, it's the Xbox One version. It says Dark Souls 3. It's got a bonfire. Almost kind of reminds me of Star Wars in some really weird way. Not even sure why, but a cool, nice steelbook that has a character on the back and the bonfire on the front. And then it also comes with the Day 1 edition of the Xbox One version with the cover sleeve. And this also includes a free copy of Dark Souls 1, a downloadable copy, which is pretty sweet. And then the Day 1 edition also gives you a starter guide, a soundtrack, and then the sleeve. So you can take this out, put it in the steelbook if you want. It does say Dark Souls 3 on the side, so it can go on my shelf alphabetically. I hate the steelbooks that don't say the title of the game. Very, very tricky. So art book, commemorative sleeve, commemorative steelbook, and then now the golden prize is in here, and we'll see what it looks like, my dear. This is, I believe, oh, that is very cool. I believe this is the, yeah, it's a 10-inch Red Knight statue. There also somewhere is a cloth game map. Where is that? It must be inside the box, so I guess we'll have to open that up and see. Or somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I found it. Sweet. So before we get to the statue, which is right here, and will look amazing on my shelf of way too many statues, but it's a good thing to have too many. Here is the game map, a world map. You can trace your progress through this amazing world up to the castle at the top, working your way through each of the stops and each of the spots. You can see like Farron's Keep down there. There's the bridge where I got thrown off by the big weird rock hurler. Very, very good to match up your memories with this map and put all your deaths in there. Imagine if you took like little push pins and put each one where you died. You'd create a voodoo doll that was dead before you even finished the game. Alright, so here is the Red Knight statue. We will take him out. That noise rips through my brain nerves. Anyways, most important, we got two swords, alright? So we got two sweet swords for us to do evil action with. And then here is the Red Knight Master. I will give him his swords, slide them in to his fists. Can we do that? Do you want to hold your swords? Oh, I think the bottoms come off the swords, so you can slide them through and then cap them, which is very clever for guys that have tight fists. You have to take off the swords and then cap them. So we'll put his swords through and then cap them. Don't want any swords loose, any fallen out swords. And here he is, the Red Knight. Look at that guy. That thing is gorgeous. The detail is great. It reminds me a lot of this figure, except in a cooler pose and a much more dynamic looking guy, I think. It says Dark Souls 3 on the bottom. This one does not say Dark Souls 2, but they make a good pair now. I think they could battle and duke it out in some incredible PvP action. There's a little thing here that says, oh, it's just showing you, it's a tutorial on how to assemble his scimitars, actually. I'm going to get up close and personal here. We'll walk this to the camera just so you can see. Really nice and good. The Red Knight, if it'll focus. Come on, don't focus on me. Focus on the Red Knight for all to see. Yeah, you can get a good look at, there we go. Look how nice this guy looks. Very well made. It is a heavy plastic slash rubbery feel. Obviously it's plastic, but it has like a softness to it that eschews quality to me. It's not metal, but it is very well made. The detail is great. I love his cape and how it is like rippling and breaking apart there. Even his head crown has some cool design. All of his armor looks a little bit worn, but very detailed. A super cool figure, and like I said, a great match for my Dark Souls 2. Now, I believe people in the UK or in Europe in general got a different collector's edition statue. I think that's how it went. I'm going to look that up right now. But all in all, this is a super cool package. You get the game, which is most important. and you get the statue. The Steelbook is nice. The art book is actually really, really nice. This is one of the nicer art books I've seen. Usually you get a little hardbound thing, but it's more in a horizontal style and it's got about 30 pages. This thing is a lot. I think page count wise, let's say 200 pages exactly, right on the dot, which is a lot of pages, and it just has like a really nice quality to it. And just to flip through and see some of your favorite enemies from the past is kind of cool. And it does say it's art of the Dark Souls trilogy, which is nice. So you'll get some of those enemies and memories from Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. I'm going to build the bonfire, check on the other statue, give you my full verdict, and we will be right back. Okay, so we are back, and I figured out that I'm not very good at paper craft. I ripped a lot of the little things that you're supposed to stick in the little holes. So the bonfire is just going to have to be a metaphorical bonfire for the bonfires we will find in the Dark Souls 3 game on my channel. Follow that series. The statue is super cool. I did find out that the UK version from Amazon does come with there's like a prestige edition, as my girlfriend runs into things playing VR. There is a Prestige Edition that has a Lords of Cinder hand-painted statue that looks awesome, but alas, we can't get that. Everybody else is left with this guy, which is pretty cool. I like it more than the Dark Souls 2 statue. Both of them look great next to each other. The collector's edition here is $130. That gets you the art book, which is pretty darn cool, the statue, the map, the Steelbook, and the Day 1 edition of the game. It's a bit pricey, so I kind of place it in the hardcore fans category. If you're a big fan of Dark Souls and you want something to remember Dark Souls 3 by, then go for it. Everybody else probably going to be okay with the game, but a very nice statue, a cool addition to my shelf in the background. And now we're going to go prepare to die and prepare to succeed, because I've been doing awesome in Dark Souls 3. So check out more videos of that coming your way soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic day. Drink so much. Until next time, we will see you all later.